Truth is that last time we covered the history of the electric car. Today we will talk about the present and the game changers which are bringing electric mobility to life. As I mentioned on the end of my previous speech, there is a certain individual who is making really big things in this area. So as most of you have guessed, I was referring to Mr. Elon Musk and company Tesla Motors. With a dream of sustainable transport, or to switch to sustainable transport, they developed a company. They founded it in 2003 and made a three-step plan in how to achieve that. They are following that plan now. This is Mr. Elon Musk himself. The first step was to make a high-priced, low-volume car with which they wanted to show people that also electric cars can be appealing and fun. Therefore, they introduced the Tesla Roadster in 2008. The second step was to make a high-priced, high-volume car, which they introduced in 2012, the famous Model S. The third step on which they are working right now is developing a low-cost, high-volume car, which will be called the Model 3, and we are expecting it in a couple of years, approximately 2017. These actions and the interest of public created a domino effect amongst other car manufacturers, and they started to work on developing their own models. I took my time and tested a few of them just to give you a little bit of feedback. And if we start with the holy grail, the Tesla Model S. Driving this car feels like reading the next chapter in automotive evolution. This car is really a work of art. The acceleration, the handling is better than anything I've ever experienced in my life. This car was not made to be the best electric car, but the intention was to make the best car, period. And I believe they succeeded. It won the Motor Trend Car of the Year award. It was elected the 2013 Most Desirable American Car, and it was also it's got top safety ratings, better than any other car on the market. If we move along, with one word, I would call this car superior. Driving it is really fun. Renault, French manufacturer, offers 4 models, which is more than any other. Well, these cars are really affordable, meaning that they are cheap to buy, but Renault will charge you between 70 to 80 euro a month just to lease the battery, which is not the best feature, but nevertheless, I believe that this little Clio-sized car called Zoe has the biggest potential and for the largest sales in this market, because Slovenians, we love those French cars. With one word, I would call this one accessible. This is the Nissan Leaf. It's one of the most famous electric cars on the market. Nissan really made a well-designed, well-balanced car, because driving this car is really what I call a Zen experience, because it's silent, it's smooth, it's so relaxing, and I would encourage you to give it a shot. Take it for a test drive, any one of them for that matter, to feel the magic, because otherwise you will not understand my enthusiasm. However, this one, with one word, I would call it an icon, because it's really famous. This is the German manufacturer's BMW i3. They chose a completely different approach and used interesting materials while building this car. It's made mostly out of carbon fiber, and in interior they used leather, wool, and also eucalyptus wood, so it makes you really feel like you're in a nature-friendly car. Unfortunately, it does not handle very well at higher speeds, because it's high and has tires like this, but it accelerates really good, because it's got lightweight. With one word, I would call this one unique. This is the Volkswagen answer to electric mobility. This one is called the E-Up. Volkswagen offers 2 cars, E-Up and E-Golf. Well, I drove the Golf, and its rich heritage lets you believe that you will experience a quality product, which you do. The steering is really good. You got this sporty feeling, because in the interior quality materials are used, and the ergonomics is superb. So you really feel like you're in a really well-designed, well-made car. It's got this sporty feeling. Acceleration is also good, and therefore I would call this one trustworthy. This is the Kia Soul, also built on an existing model, the Kia Soul, the regular Kia Soul. It's got loads of room, loads of headspace, nice big trunk. It's very user-friendly, And although it does not accelerate as good as the competitors, it has the longest range. The longest range with this car recorded was 212 kilometers on a single charge, which for a car this size is not bad at all. This is what foreigners have to offer. But Slovenians, we also have a pioneer on this subject. This is Andrej Pečak and his wife Jasna. He owns a research institute called Metron. They took a Mazda 5 and converted it to electric. With this car, they drove last year in November on a single charge from Bled to this place. Does anyone know where this picture was taken?
Iran.
Close? Nah. Dubrovnik. With one single charge, they reached 726 kilometers, and with that, they broke the world record regarding EV range in everyday traffic. This is the car which they did it in. So, as you can see, the world is ready, the technology is ready for us to take a step towards a sustainable future. Soon, using an electric car will be as easy as using one of these. You plug it in at night, and in the morning it's ready for action. And we all know how to use those. However, I believe, as Jernej mentioned before, there are certain pluses and minuses when it comes to electric cars. And I'm not only referring to those on the batteries. So if you have any questions, any remarks, any opinions of your own, I would encourage you to share them with me, and I will do my best to address them in my next speech. Thank you very much.